What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Huge shout out to the governor. What's up, Matt, out there in the UK?
Hey, buddy.
This is his monthly Patreon request. This is Despite Exile.
Yeah, big fan of his.
The song is Entombed, and this is from the album that came out on December 5th this past year. We've already reacted to a handful of songs from this, but this is one of the songs that wasn't a single on that album.
Okay.
So you got to get the album to check it out. Well, I guess you don't have to, because you can check it out the same way we're checking it out.
Or that.
But go buy the album anyways, because you want to support good music. And that's what we're going to do. Before we do, if y'all can, we really appreciate it if y'all can hit all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're subscribed and they're not, so thanks for checking.
Yeah, like 70 or 80% of the people that watch the channel aren't even subscribed.
And most people think that they are.
Just double check, hit that button. Free means everything to us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's get into this. I know Jay is probably absolutely destroying it on here, so shout out to you, my brother. Woo! Ooh. Brutal vocals. Oh, the bass! Nope. Oh, the vocals, that's great. That delay. Blast beats all over this song. Matt would be all about this. It makes me think of Lorna Shore.
Yeah.
Like how epic their stuff is. That was nasty.
That was. Can you back that up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back, yeah.
Yeah. I love that ends. Boom.
Yo. Jay out here, like he must have his metronome up to like 8 million BPMs a second. Like, God, the governor, my brother, dude. I mean, what am I supposed to say about it? Like, it's brutal. It's brutal. What I like, so I know I mentioned it before, probably a few times on the channel in different videos, not necessarily Despite Exile, but I'm weird on blast beats.
Yeah.
I like blast beats when they're used sparingly in certain aspects. Mm-hmm. This was not sparingly whatsoever, but what this was, there's so many different ways to play blast beats.
Yeah.
So if you change that up every 4 measures, you're not just sitting there listening to the same blast beat for 16 measures.
Yeah.
That's when I get bored. So I think Jay was playing the drums or programming, whoever. He's changing it enough to where it's giving you something to listen to, you know, and alternating. It's not always like pop, 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 pop. Like the kick will be going, but the snare will be on the 2 and the 4 rather than every 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Anyways, breaking it up, breaking the patterns up and spreading it across rather than just playing the same pattern is where I can be okay with blast beats. And that's how this was.
Oh,
like
good.
Brutal and amazing, but it just gives you something to listen to, you know?
I'm glad.
What do you think? Like,
well, no, I mean, you bring up a good point that, you know, you being able to articulate when you do like the blast beats and don't, I think says a lot, because a lot of times people have preferences about songs and they can't articulate why. So good for you for being able to. I thought the song was awesome. I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of a hot take here.
Oh, vocals too low?
The mix. Was there anything? It felt very, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys, so you can ignore everything that I say. I'm a layman, and to my ears, now being a professional music person for the past few years on this channel, and learning what I have through you, it sounded very muted to me, where I didn't hear the vocals enough. I felt like everything was under a thick, I don't know if compression is the right, well, no, compression would bring up, it just felt like it was very
muddy.
I don't know. It just felt like there was a haze over the whole thing where I struggled to hear everything clearly. Everything just
That's called mud.
Okay, so muddy then. And I hate to say that because the song itself was epic, so much so that I found myself wishing that it was more clear in parts that I heard. It just felt like it's like someone put a pillow over the speaker, so I couldn't hear it as clearly as I would have liked. And because the song was so good, first of all, I wish I didn't have to say this, so I'm sorry, but it's just what I've heard. Yeah.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I could hear that a little bit. When you've got such intense music like that with really high distortion and screams and many, many, many layers, it's tough to get things clear. Sometimes it can be.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. And unless you have a giant budget to hire the professionals that really know what they're doing, like I don't know, that's one of the things that I have a huge problem with in my own music mixing. Metal guitars, distorted guitars.
Yeah, we're going through this right now with one of the songs you're working on.
Well, the guitars have gotten better, but yes, like I have a hard time with that. And even some of the engineers that I work with who have multiple Grammys, I love these guys. Eric Schilling, who mixes the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like I work with him all the time.
Icon.
And I was talking to him on the last gig that I was with him like a couple months ago. And I was like, I'd love to come in and like just sit with you when you're mixing whenever I'm in LA and stuff and just kind of learn. And I told him like, I really have a lot of trouble with my metal guitars. I just can't get them very clean like I want them. And he was like, yeah, metal stuff, like that's tough to do, like even somebody at that level who's mixed everybody is saying that.
That's so helpful to hear for people. And I hope people listen to that and, can have a little grace on themselves. Yeah.
And one of the things that I've been trying to do for my own music is, you know, as a guitar player myself, when I'm sitting there writing, I've got my distortion cranked up and I'm jamming, right? But when you're layering 4, 5, 6 guitars on top of each other and you have that distortion cranked up, now you're just amplifying noise. Distortion is noise. Yeah. So if you have your distortion cranked up, you're amplifying noise, and now you layer that, and now you have that mud.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to back my distortion down now.
And have more clean, and then in post.
Because when you layer them, that distortion gets layered, and it sounds like the one guitar being turned up on the distortion.
Yeah, clean.
So now I'm turning the distortion down a little bit more and then layering. I don't know if what Jay's doing. I'm just talking about, I know I have a problem with mixing and stuff like that, this kind of music.
Yeah.
So
I'd be curious though, because it's also preferential, right?
Totally.
Like, this is me and how I hear, but you could be like, fuck off. I don't know anything about what you just heard. I love it and good, fine. Like I said, this is just my layman ear.
I could hear what you're saying. I get it. To me, the biggest problem that I found were I thought the vocals were a little bit too low in the mix. But that might be because of what you're talking about, like all the instrumentation and distortion, everything is so loud that like now you're adding a scream on top of it. How do you blend all that to where it's clean?
Yeah, and I don't know the answer, so I hate even pointing it out.
That have been doing it for forever that know how to do it. I'm not one of those. I can't tell you. Like I'm good on my hip hop music.
Just my thoughts. I thought the song itself was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
I loved hearing all the different components of it. I was wondering if the blast beats were going to be your thing or not, but I remember having this conversation before about Despite Exile.
Yeah, so, it gave me something to listen to, and that's all I ask for when it comes to blast beats. So
good job, Jay.
This was awesome. Good job, Jay.
Yep.
Good job, Governor, for suggesting this. Thank you very much for your constant support. Really appreciate it, man. And y'all know what's up. Until next time, friends, we'll see you soon. Peace.